All right. Evan's favorite segment, the one he put on here, the what ifs of college football this year.
What if?
Evan's spirits have gotten a little better.
What if Will Howard wins the Heisman? What then?
Ohio State probably wins the title. If he's that good, Ohio
State
wins the title.
The Heisman Trophy
Ryan
winner,
Day,
they're winning
all
the
the monkeys are off his back.
They're at least
people realize he is a good coach.
Are they still having the Heisman voting early December?
Probably it's
before
a regular
all the
season award.
playoff games, before when the most important playoff games happen.
It's always been a regular season award.
That's
never forget. Stupid. Kenneth Walker finished 5th. What a
joke.
Blue wall.
Aiden Hutchinson had no business being there.
Thank you. I'm glad you said
Aiden Hutchinson could have been there, but Kenneth Walker deserved to be there just as much as he did.
Gus Johnson said, "I'll see you there in a minute."
That was such a funny moment between Desmond Howard and Hutchinson and Stroud. I know I'm very biased in that, and I'd be pissed the other way, but that was hilarious, and it made me happy.
I hope Desmond Howard's the next ESPN person to get fired.
Wonder when his contract's up.
Crazy,
McAfee's making a lot on game day.
Crazy, Desmond Howard has a job. He's so bad at it.
Big Phoenix Energy is great content, though.
Big Phoenix Energy! It's the dumbest thing. I'll laugh every time I see it. I will.
So good. I mean, that's what he makes the money for.
Yeah, it was funny. You can't deny that.
What if Aiden Childs is the best QB?
No.
It's here.
No,
it's
I'm
here.
I'm kidding. I'm not doing it.
Please do it.
No, I can't. I don't know the questions.
What if? No, I only wrote down one.
Grant is doing a snuffly voice.
What if? I can't
there it is. That was
it. What if Aiden Childs is the best QB in the Big Ten?
Michigan State goes at 9-3.
Yeah.
Best
okay.
Quarterback in the Big Ten is tough. Dylan Gabriel.
No, Evan. That's we're saying it's happening. Like, what if that is the case?
I think we go 9. I think we go 9-3.
If he's the best quarterback in the Big Ten, he's upsetting Michigan.
Yeah, okay. That's what I said.
That's your
9-3.
See, that's good stuff.
To lose to Oregon, Ohio State, and
I think you guys go 9-3. I still think you lose to Michigan, Ohio State, and Oregon, but I think you win every other game if he's the best quarterback in the Big Ten.
The best quarterback in the Big Ten. Stats, it factor, all that stuff.
We probably just lose those 3 games.
Michigan State beats Michigan without a question.
What if?
Yeah, here we go, Alex.
Alex Orgy is Joe Milton.
Oh, that's dark.
Well, we can't say best because we know that they would probably win the national championship if he was the best.
If he is Joe Milton, they're probably 8-4. They lose to USC as well.
Be honest.
Oh, yeah.
I think 7-5, 8-4. I think they
can still beat the crap teams in the Big Ten with
they
a bad quarterback.
I know they were good last year, but
we watched it for many years.
Yes.
Yeah, a top 10 defense can get you to 6-6, 7-5.
Yeah. All right.
The game that keeps messing me up on Michigan's schedule is when I look and see at Washington, and I'm just like, that's not Washington. Like that helmet is. But they lost everybody, and he couldn't even get his quarterback from Arizona, who's awesome, to follow him.
Will Rogers. Didn't worry.
Yeah. So I think
they had a good quarterback at Arizona. He's still
but they got Will Rogers.
Fafita is sick, and their wide receiver from Arizona is awesome too.
Yeah,
from Mississippi State.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, I just think they have no talent. No disrespect to Jed Fischel, turn it around. But year one, that's not a game. I still think they go 8-4 if he's Joe Milton. To your guys' point.
Okay,
but 7-5 if it also happens that Childs is the best quarterback in the Big Ten. If those happen at the same time. Yep, I knew Alex would like this. I knew he would.
What if Jonathan Smith is a modern day Mark D'Antonio in year 1?
7-5.
Oh, Mark D'Antonio's first year, we went 7-5. Got to play Matt Ryan in the Champ Sports Bowl as a reward.
Yeah, wow, but that was a very good season for us considering where we had been in the years.
Absolutely.
If Mark D'Antonio, or if Jonathan Smith is a modern day Mark D'Antonio, him and Sherrone Moore will have some hostile thing go down on October 26th, and the rivalry quotes will be reborn.
I don't see Jonathan Smith giving us any hot takes, rivalry quotes. Like Mark
I don't think Jonathan Smith will be.
But what if, Evan? It's what if world. We're in what if. He plants a stake in the big house.
What if Sherrone Moore is Brady Hoke?
Ooh, 8-4. Brady Hoke did have good years. The Sugar Bowl, people forget.
So Michigan
not have been in the Sugar Bowl. Didn't even win the Big Ten championship game. You guys were rewarded because of your freaking logo. And Logan Thomas was the starting quarterback for Virginia Tech. Guess what position he played in the NFL?
Tight end.
Tight end.
For the Bills.
You played a tight end in a Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, we got
chipped out of that. Probably.
We got chipped out of that
Sugar Bowl.
What if Ohio State and Oregon don't win the Big Ten?
Michigan did, or Penn State did.
It'd have to be Penn State, right?
What if what?
It could be Michigan, but that's a rule of Penn State.
Better question.
Oh, what if USC?
What if Penn State wins the Big Ten, Evan?
Oh, what if James Franklin gets fired?
Do you guys know who their defensive coordinator is?
No, because Manny Diaz is the head coach of Duke.
Manny Diaz.
We forget.
I forgot.
We talked about it. We talked about it in the group chat of how bad it is, but we forgot.
I forgot.
Tom Allen is the DC at Penn State.
Oh.
He might be good.
They're not winning shit.
Can you believe that?
James Franklin and Tom Allen are the faces of that football program.
Two of the most that sideline is going to piss me off actively on Saturday, seeing them yell and jump.
What if
Tom Allen never even really coached?
This is a crazy. Oh, they were good 1 year. They were top 30 statistically 1 year with Tom Allen. Anyways,
how do you know that?
This is because just deep in the weeds on stuff.
Top 30 in the Big
This
Ten.
is a crazy what if. What if Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, and Oregon, and USC don't win the Big Ten? Who did?
Iowa?
There's no situation where any of that doesn't happen.
The season got canceled. COVID.
That's how bad. You could see a sneaky Wisconsin or their schedule's too hard.
Wisconsin went to the air raid offense like idiots. Luke Fickell is running that program into the ground.
Wisconsin plays Alabama.
Washington somehow good. Rutgers in their cupcake schedule wins the
10
Big
wins.
Ten.
They're losing Virginia Tech. It doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter for their Big Ten.
What if it turns out that Dan Lanning just can't win the big one?
See, what, year 2? Year 3? That'd be
3.
Sure. I think he will.
This will be year 3 for him.
I'm not even entertaining that what if. That's a crazy what if.
Here's a stat. He's only lost to 3 teams. Can you name them?
Washington?
Yep. 3 times.
Georgia.
Yep.
Oregon State.
And your guy.
Jonathan Smith beat him.
Your coach.
2 years ago. Big upset.
It's been 2,000 some days that since Georgia's lost to an SEC something. I just need to read these stats off to you guys, see if I can find this post.
What if?
Let's see if I can find this post.
Lincoln Riley finally has a defense.
They'll win 10 games.
Yeah, I think so.
They'll be one of the big teams that we're talking about.
Yeah, they'll take either Penn State's or Michigan's spot for that playoffs.
Yes. What if?
Okay, I have a question for you. Trivia question.
Okay.
Who was the Georgia? Okay, let's see. Last coach. Okay, Georgia's last loss to a coach other than Nick Saban was who?
Georgia's last loss to a coach other than Nick Saban was to who?
But yeah, who was the coach?
It's been a long
I can't
time
think of the
since
team.
Lost,
I'm trying to start with team and then go to coach.
And then they lost to
Dabo.
Who did they lose to last
SEC?
year?
Hey, Alex, let me just say, for you guys, it's
they
been
lost to Nick Saban last year.
1,377 days since they lost to this team.
That's over 3 years.
So now it's been 1,382 days since this post came out.
SEC
Did they
team?
lose to
Gus
they lose to Florida?
Nope. They lost to Florida. Who was the head coach?
They did lose to Florida in the outdoor cocktail party.
Who's the head coach of Florida?
Billy Napier.
Who was it?
Jim McElwain.
No. The missing coach in between that refused to recruit during the middle of the season.
It was the guy before.
It was after McElwain, in between Napier.
How do you guys not know who this coach is?
Oh, Dan Mullen.
Thank you.
Okay. ESPN Dan Mullen.
Who was the last Georgia? It's been 2,058 days since last loss to an active FBS coach. Active FBS coach. Who is that coach?
How would I know this? We're talking.
Oh, Lincoln Riley.
6 years ago.
No.
Didn't they lose in that Rose Bowl?
Yes.
No. Wait.
Yeah, but
no.
They lost.
Oh, they won that.
They lost the year after. Georgia won that game.
Yeah, Georgia.
Yeah, that's right.
Who was the
6
last
years ago?
Who was the last coach to beat Kirby Smart? that's still active in college football.
I was just thinking it was Ed Orgeron, but he's not active, obviously.
I'll give you a hint. Hint is Michigan State.
Mel Tucker?
No.
He's not active.
Michigan State plays this coach.
Okay, we play a lot of teams. Bill O'Brien.
No, don't. We actually play 12. Oh, O'Brien was in the NFL.
Boston College's coach. That's why I said that. Tom Herman.
Tom Herman. Bing, bing, bing. Where was he coaching?
Texas.
Thank you.
We're back. That was that video.
Last active FBS coach in an SEC game.
There's another question?
Yes. Spent 2,469
we're talking
days
6
since last
years,
lost to an
Evan.
active SBS coach in the
6,
SEC
7 years.
Gus Malzahn.
Oh, I said him earlier.
That's how dominant Georgia's been. Just FYI.
That's pretty good. It's pretty crazy, actually. You know the last Big Ten team Michigan lost to?
Michigan State.
And who was their head coach?
Mel.
Tuck me some more, Tucker.
What if Mike Elko has good talent around him and is a good coach?
What if Mike Elko quits?
They will
like Elmer Fudd.
beat Notre Dame.
And probably make the playoff.
Yes.
No. There's a path if they beat Notre Dame.
They don't have enough talent on the roster.
We don't know.
They're loaded with talent. Are you
They're in the
kidding
SEC.
me? You got to look at the talent composite. Texas A&M loaded.
That doesn't mean shit, Alex.
It does matter.
What if Quinn Ewers and Texas lose week 2 in the Big House?
I already said they could go 8-4.
Arch Manning? How loud will that get? That'll get pretty loud.
It's not that good.
You think Texas their fan base fully believes they're winning that game, correct?
Yeah, Texas is Michigan, dude. They're the Michigan of the South. They're delusional. They have the orange wall.
What if Oklahoma beats Texas again?
Why? I'm an Oklahoma fan.
There's nothing new. I think Oklahoma has a winning record over the last 10 years versus them.
Oklahoma is Alex's dark horse to make the playoff. We said this.
You're trying to be anti-Texas.
I am.
You live there
because they're basically Michigan. I don't know.
Alex is a Michigan fan. That's why.
Any more what ifs, or should we pick our backup teams?
Yeah, I have one more.
You got one more what if?
I don't have more what ifs.
What if Nate Carter runs for 1,500 yards?
He gets a high five.
That means your offensive line was able to move people.
Yeah, that means we had some production.
We had to be pretty good.
7-5.
He still won't be the best running back in the
1,500-yard
Big
rusher,
Ten.
and we wouldn't win more than 7 games.
There's better running backs than college football.
Just saying, if we had a good enough offensive line to produce a 1,500-yard runner, I feel like we would be pretty good. Yeah, that's how you manage clock.
Maryland goes 4-8.
That would not be surprised.
They fire Mike Locksley?
I told you that last
Tanner
week.
Tagovailoa.
No.
It's the third brother.
Tua and Talia and Tanner.
Hawk Tua Tagovailoa. Where'd that Minnesota quarterback go that people are hyping up that was so terrible last year?
Sucks,
he's at Rutgers right now.
He's at Rutgers. That's right.
He's so bad.
All right, who's your guys' backup team?
Oklahoma.
Come on, you can't do that, dude. You go to work in Texas. They're going to piss people off.
I already told people today that
You're pissing Evan off. Evan's a diehard. He asked for a Colt McCoy jersey the other day.
He's a Colt McCoy fan, not a Texas fan.
He's a Texas fan. He for sure is a Texas fan. Alex, why are you doing this? 134 teams to choose from, and you choose Oklahoma.
Okay. Sorry.
I don't want to pick anybody that high.
You're just being an antagonist. That's a dick move.
They're kind of sick.
I don't want to pick anybody that high ranked.
They're boomer bust. They could easily go 7-5 in their first year in the SEC.
Who do you want me to pick?
I don't know. Something more exciting.
Grant, give me your. Well, I can pick somebody equivalent to that.
Yeah,
you guys are gonna hate my team.
Okay, let's hear it.
But I am all in. Making the playoff, winning the ACC, the Miami, Florida Hurricanes. It's the year. I love Cam Ward, Flash. When the U was rocking, do you guys remember that game when they were good and they beat Notre Dame? Oh. And it was prime time. And that stadium was
the Catholic
rocking.
Church was going to go under. Everybody was going to quit being Catholics after that game.
Mark Richt, I believe, was the head coach, had the boys playing 10-win football, and they just smacked Notre Dame around. I think I want that. I know you guys have some bad taste because Simeon Barrow, not just him. You look at their D-line, it's nuts. They have they have NFL dudes all over their D line. I think they're going to be legit.
Because I'm going to go down there in hostile territory and cheer for them. I'm picking Ole Miss. I'm picking the Lane train to finally get over the hump because I honestly think if he can't do anything in the playoff this year, where he doesn't have to win the SEC championship to get in, if he can't do anything, then it's never going to happen.
What do you mean? You're saying just make the playoff or like win a game in the playoff?
Win a game in the playoff.
I think their fan base just wants to make it.
Well, that would be soft. You're the 6th ranked team right now. You should be competing.
Yeah, but you know my favorite Ole Miss stat. My favorite Ole Miss stat that blows people away is that they've won more than 10 games in their like
Ole Miss is the Penn State
team history since like 1970. Like they won 11 games last year. It's the first time they've ever won 11 games in the entire program's history.
Oh.
I don't know why they get viewed that way. I don't know if it's the Eli Manning effect or in the South. But like they won 10 games in the 60s. They won a couple 10 games in the 70s.
What was the quarterback down there that they had in the 60s?
I have no idea.
I can't think of the college history. Yeah, there's like a famous college quarterback that they had in the 60s. Arch Manning. Duh. Archie Manning. That's why Eli went there.
2005, so the last 20 years, they've won 10 games 3 times. Lane Kiffin's responsible for 2 of those, including 11 win last year.
Ole Miss beat Alabama twice. That's sick.
Bo Wallace.
Okay, that's exciting too. I have a Jackson Dart Heisman ticket, so I'm also.
I would have liked to be on the Ole Miss bandwagon as well, but since we're going to the LSU game, I feel like I needed to root for LSU during.
Oh my god! Disgusting.
I mean, that game I will be for sure.
Yeah,
I will be singing with the band.
Fall into the love of LSU.
All right,
for one day.
I heard a dirty rumor about LSU fans, and both my dad and my brother told us that we have to confirm this nasty rumor. LSU fans smell like corn dogs.
All I know is that LSU fans are super mean.
So and they smell like corn dogs.
To opposing fans whatsoever, and you should not dress in opponent territory.
I'm not going to dress. I'm not going to have anything on that says
Ole Miss. They don't like Ole Miss. They also think they're rivals with every team in the SEC. And basically, no one likes LSU south of the Mississippi.
So they smell like corn dogs. It's true.
They probably. I mean, I don't know. I work with some people from LSU, and they don't smell like corn dogs. But
hey, look, they can lose that game, and Jackson Dart can still win the Heisman, so that's okay with me.
Living in SEC country has really tainted my view on a lot of SEC teams that I thought were cool.
I mean, they are cool. They're sick. It means more.
Until you hear from all these crazy SEC fans just dumping on the other. And then
we don't do that?
No, we do, but like that's why we don't like
Wisconsin fans.
That's why we don't like any of the other teams in the Big Ten.
I don't know if I've ever had Wisconsin fans. I don't really care too much.
Illinois fans, basketball,
Purdue fans.
I don't like Michigan football fans. Besides our friends, I can live with them.
All right, Oklahoma, Miami, Florida, and Ole Miss are our teams.